Hey YouTubers and DTubers, welcome. So this is my first YouTube DTube gaming video. You've seen my survival videos, you've seen my weapons videos, you've seen my refrigeration videos. Now I'm going to do an in-game little play. Now, like everybody else, I can't pronounce this freaking name of Novus Inceptio, maybe? Inceptio? This is a survival game. I picked it up off of G2 for about $3. I think it's averaging $12 on Steam. Going to give you some basic walkthroughs. Like all the other videos, playing from scratch, guys are scratching their head. I've been playing this game for a little bit of a time. I'm age 20 years old, Gen 3 here. Now, when you guys start out in this game, you're going to start out at the temple. And the temple is basically like the tower that I'm in. And I'll explain to you why I'm in this tower at this point in time. But we have clones. We have, and you're going to have this in the temple. You're going to see a bank here. This is where you can store your stuff. So by pressing the mouse left button, we're going to open that up, and you see I've got some stuff in here. Now if you press your I inventory key, you'll pop up your inventory. Now on the top of the screen you see here is your personal inventory, and on the bottom here is your robot, little flying dude that comes flying along with you, its inventory. You can see you have a inventory quota over here, and you have an inventory quota over here, and this is my bank. When you die in this game, or you get killed by a wild animal, you have an opportunity to go back and find your body and pick up your stuff. But on the other hand, if you can't back to your stuff for some reason, now like on some games like Osiris Dawn, it gives you so much time to get back to your dead body or it disappears. I haven't had that issue kind of crop up in this game yet. I've had some iron ingots and stuff like that that I've been storing over here that I'm going to take back to my home, my base that I've got cooking out here. So we can shut that down. We're going to shut that down. And also over here, we have purchase stations, shops. You also have this at the home. You also have the ability to open this up at a particular little shack in the fields where if you feed your plants a bunch of water, about 6 plants, and you feed them with the water, it will automatically open up a trade station. In this you have the opportunity to sell your stuff and eventually get enough money to buy other stuff in the game. This is a big time crafting game, so and it also involves tiers, guys. So you're going to start off at tier 0, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So the stuff you craft and the availability you have to craft stuff increases. And then blueprints. As you, we're going to head over now. You see these two disappeared. See where it says waypoint 4,235 meters? That's a waypoint that I have way back at the beginning of the game. And then I have a waypoint that's 912 meters. Now to make a waypoint, you're going to go to your B menu. I'm sorry, your X menu, which is your crafting menu. And you're going to have a bunch of varied different crafting procedures. Now in order to make a waypoint, you're going to need some blue crystals. But we'll cover that a little bit later. So another reason, this is called a safe zone. Once you get in the safe zone, animals can't attack you. You can't build here. You can't lay stuff down. And one of the reasons you're going to be wanting to build close to a safe zone is when you die and you get up to 74 years old, the system's going to like warn you at 73 hey, go find a safe zone because you're going to be dying soon. And then when you die, don't worry about it. You get to keep your stuff, you keep your clothes, you just notch up another generation. Upper left hand corner here, I'm going to hit Alt, which brings me to the cursor. Looking at the cursor here, I'm age 21 now. I'm generation 3. I'm a male. And you're going to start out naked in the game. So you're going to build yourself some clothes out of leaves and all that kind of stuff. We're going to press Alt here, which takes us out of the cursor mode. And I'm going to pursue going back to the house. Now you're going to want to configure your keys up. Key 1 and key 2 is going to be able to go down and hit. You hit key 1 as I picked up a raspberry, and then 2 is another pickup. I picked up a seed. So when you going along, you can just be picking up stuff. And I got a strawberry seed. Gonna walk over to here. These are rocks. You're going to be able to mine those for raw stone. You're going to be picking up. In your trials and tribulations of traveling around, now there's a deer. There's a green guy. Green little rabbit pelt. I'm not going to catch any rabbits right now, but that's going to be, you're going to want to kill that guy to get his meat and pelt. You got a big deer over there, which has a caution on it. He could attack you. The little dove, little guys over here, these are going to be hard to catch and hard to hit. They're going to let you walk up to them. Once you get in their zone, they're going to take off. So don't expect that you're going to run up and knock these guys out in one blow. You're not. So you have a hunger bar, you have a thirst bar, and so far in this game, unlike other survival games, you don't have to be eaten every 5 damn minutes. This gives you a good reasonable hunger time and a thirst time. Now, when you guys come along, you're going to end up seeing these little blue boxes. And they're little gift packages. You're going to open them up and you're going to have stuff in them. So you can E take all. Hit your inventory, close you out, and up and down you go. You don't have to worry about, you can get cold from cold weather in here when it starts to rain and stuff like that. You may want to seek a shelter and pop a fire in front of you. Down in your toolbar section, you'll see a little gold symbol, a little medical symbol that says you're cold with like a thermostat on it. We may see this. Trees, 2 different kind of trees. Here's a tree where you can pick leaves. And you see where it says pick branch, pick leaves. It was labeled on previous versions, but like to pick leaves, you're going to pick the E button. You're going to want to pick leaves all the time because that's going to make twine and cloth and all that stuff to make fiber. And then you can hit your F key to pick a branch. So E on the left, F on the right, kind of matches the screen. I don't know why they took out the number symbols on this version. And this is like October 1st for this version. So this recording is made like October 1st. So if they change things up. No sprint mode. So be advised to that. Now, the reason I'm starting you from the game is I've already been building, I've already been around, and we're not going to start you from scratch. You're going to have a little quest thingy go on in the beginning, WS key moving, and then you're going to be on your own. When you hit M for map, you're going to be able to see build areas, caves. Caves are where minerals hang out at. In your trials, if you come along and you see clay and stuff like that, grab that stuff up. Seems that clay is hard to find. And there's no real definite way to figure out what's in the ground. And if, like other games, if you hit clay or metal, you can sit there and dig and dig and dig. I cannot find a way to particularly do that. Swimming is kind of cool. You just go in the water. Now you're going to get empty bottles in your inventory. So when you come to the water, you hit your I key, you have empty bottles, you'll right click on that, fill all water. and in turn you'll fill up your water. So you'll be able to drink from the water. And here's my house. Now, in like in other games, when you go into the build mode for B, it's going to bring up the build schedule menu, and you're going to lay your items down onto the map. You see how this light blue is here? That's where I laid down something from the build menu, but you can't build from the build menu. You have to come out of it and go into, walk up to the device, and this is where it says, see how it highlights green? If I walk over here, this one highlights green. And so you see interaction. So you go to interaction, hit that up, and it builds up your build menu. Because of tiers and things, I'm going to need a brick pad for this, and I'm going to need mortar. And I don't have any mortar, so I'm going to back off it here. And if I was to interact with this, I'd need wood, and I'd need, no, not that one, sorry. Why does it do that? See, it's funny. I'll come over here to interact with this one. Okay. Twine and logs. So you're going to need twine and logs to build the wood frame stuff. To build some of the other roof things, you're going to need logs or planks and nails. So you're going to have to learn how to make nails. Now, since this is a leveling system, when you go to X for your crafting menu, you're also going to be ending up to only be able to build certain things or from blueprints. We're all familiar with blueprints on a lot of games. So when you go to those boxes, inventory boxes out in the middle of nowhere, you'll be able to pick up blueprints, and then you right-click them to learn those blueprints. I'm swagging my beer. So I'm going to need mortar to brick selection out there. So I'm going to close this down. I'm going to go to stone masonry. I'm going to go to parts. And there's the ability to make mortar. I'm going to click mortar. Now, I'm hard up for clay. Got to figure out where to frickin' get clay. So I'm not going to be able to do anything right now. But I want you to notice required skill value is 1. And my skill value right now is 1.12. So I can make a tier 00 brick because of my tier level. There's a tier 00, tier 1. See how they X out to 0? I'm not eligible right now for some reason. Now, I don't know if it's a bug or what, but the tier values are kind of messed up. So even it may say tier required skill level 5 and your skill level is like 1. Still go ahead and try and make stuff, and for some reason it works. I don't know if it's a bug going on. That's it. So, as you go along, start killing as many hares and stuff as you can. Stay away from the wolves. Stay away. Now here's a piece that I laid down just because it happens that way, so I can hit remove and it'll remove it. So another thing you're going to be able, in order to make other stuff, here's your fireplace. Fire, you're gonna build a fire stone fire pit, and then you can relight these suckers as many times as you want. So they're only gonna last for a couple minutes. So when you start getting cold, like it says, it's cold out. So I'm gonna start the fire, and I don't know if you just noticed, but down in this little round section here, there was a little freeze guy. So you start your fire, and keeps you warm. Your little fire cold indicator goes bye-bye. So, what you're going to need is workstations. So, there's kitchen workstations, there's forger, there's, like this one, is a crafting station for, let me go to you this way. Let's do it this way. Let's go to X. I'm going to go to X. And you're going down to weapons and toolsmithing, and then you're going to see workbenches. And you're going to have to make workbenches. So you have a kitchen, you have carpentry, you have alchemical, you have a sewing station, you have a beginner's anvil. And then if I hit the forge, see where it says I have acquired skill level, I need 5. And your skill level is 1.18. I don't have all the stuff to make everything yet. So like bucket. I have not been able to make a bucket because the bucket says I need a 5 and I'm at 4.75. So I got to do other shit before I can make a bucket. So, but then to have these craft stations in your labo, you're not going to run at this point in time like other games. You walk around and there's a craft station and an old building and stuff like that. At this point in time, I haven't seen any. One last thing I'm going to cover with you. Here's a little storage container. So I open it up and all my stuff is in there. So you're going to want to make your storage containers. Now, last but not least, see these glowing stars out here? And you're going to walk up to this glowing thing. Now, if I walk into this, I'm going to transport to another map. I'm going to transport to another world. And I've been to a desert island world, and I've been to like a small city. In a small city, I've been able to collect bricks and stuff like that. Now, my question is, because I don't have mortar, and I got to go find clay. I'm going to try and find that island and see if I can get more abundance of clay. I'm kind of hosed right now on building the house out till I get clay to make mortar. And you see how that's made out of brick and stone on the placement. So I'm kind of hosed at this point in time. I'm gonna have to go quest out, but I'll give you just some basic concepts to get you started. So one last thing, when you look up in the sky, you see those blue lines out there? Those are pointing, during the evening they're easier to see. When they're pointing up, that's where your temples or safe places are at. So throughout your map, there's another glowing one over there. Now, I do have, let me go to Alt. So you're going to load your tools up into your tool belt. So you got your pickaxe, you got your hammer, you got your knife, you got your torch, you got saw, you got an axe, you got the shovel. And the shovel doesn't really make you dig in ground like other games, or if you got like sand or something. So here's my cold symbol right now. Looking down there, see where I'm circling with the colds. That means I'm cold. So we're going to go back to the house. Now, other games, you walk into the house, you automatically get warm. It doesn't seem to happen this game. At this point in time, let's go light this up. And there's my fire. Like I said before, in this game, your hungry levels and stuff are really kind of slow. So you're not running around trying to feed yourself. So you're going to go around and kill the hares. You're going to go to craft. You're going to go to cooking. And you're going to make soups and other good stuff. And then you should be able to go to roast. And you're going to need herbs. So as you're running around getting herbs, you have your meat. You're going to create, and then you hit max. That's how many. If you have enough herb and you have enough meat, it'll go higher than 1 to make a bunch of batches. But for me, I'm not. So I'm just going to go and hit 1. Going to close this down. Open up my inventory. And there's my meal, roast. So I'm going to right click on that and I'm going to eat it. And then I went up to 95%. 92%. You're going to find lots of cola and stuff like that. Here's my steel ingots and stuff like that. So I can actually craft stuff up here. Here's my anvil. And let's see what I can make on the weapons. Here's weapons. And these are all beginners. Hammer and sword. I already got that, so I don't care about that. Let's go to tools. No. Oh, that's what I needed. I needed a kitchen. So let's go to workbenches. And I don't know if I had enough to make a kitchen yet. Brick pad. I had a bunch of bricks that I brought over. See, I'm still hosed in the bucket. I can't make the bucket yet. Maybe I want to try and make a bucket. See if it'll let me do it. It did make me. Let's see. So okay. So it's kind of, again, it's buggy, guys. So don't hesitate. So there's my 5.447. But I was able to make the bucket. So all I need is a freaking mortar. And I need clay. That's my only dilemma. Sand I'm getting tons of. Clay I'm not. So if you're running around finding it, grab it. Because you're going to need it. So I'm going to spend the rest of the time. I'm going to take off video here now. And see what we got to do. And I hope you learned a lot starting off on this game. Crafting I think is really cool. Only thing in crafting which is kind of sucky. Oh, here's a... let's see. Here's a green one. And so I'm going to... Because of the levels, also use raw materials. See, it's asking for required resources, tier 0. But you may have wooden stuff that's tier 1, tier 2. So at that point in time, you're going to click that and say add all. And then I got enough of the nails, I have enough of the planks, and I can finalize. And voila, my thing is built. I may put a door here with a window thing, I don't know yet. But, and then here we go again. It's cold out, so we'll set the fire again. From what I can tell, no way to add wood to these fires yet. And I don't know if building up higher tier level fires will last longer. There's no indoor stove ovens that I can tell at this point in time. But mileage may vary depending on version, release, and all that kind of good stuff. So it'd be nice if a furnace was in here. Or it'd be nice if you came inside the house that your temperature would drop down and you should be warm. So we'll go from there. So guys, hope you had fun watching this part, and we'll make this part 1. How's that sound? We'll talk at you later. Thanks for watching. Check me out on DTube and YouTube. DTube is a new sort of YouTube where people can make more money theoretically in Bitcoin. It's experimental, but I've been trying it out. So we'll talk to you later.